Drinking wouldn't have allowed me to explore this other area of me and kind of was keeping me at this level. Like drinking, when you're drinking a lot, never elevates you. It never progresses you forward. All it does is just keep you here. Keeps you here. You know, you never have heard anybody ever say that I am really glad I started drinking again. Nobody's ever said that because there's no reason to be glad if you've stopped and you've seen the positive aspects that drinking has made towards your life being improved in every way, shape, or form. It's like there's no reason to look back, and that's where I'm sitting right now. I'm really not even like, oh, I'm 100 days sober. I hope I can make it 100 more. I'm almost like drinking isn't even a thing for me anymore. I don't drink, and life has gotten so much better without drinking in every way. So I know a lot of people hit me up on Twitter about being sober. I know a lot of people always ask me questions about it. So I've been thinking about this for a long time. I want to form a place where people can get together and talk about issues with addiction. It doesn't have to be limited to alcohol. It can be any other addiction. I know there's every addiction out there. And even if you're having a hard time in life with depression, if you're having a hard time in life with your family, with work, anything, I know that everybody needs somebody to talk to, and not everybody has somebody to talk to. So I'm going to use Ruin Your Day as a platform for that. Every week on Wednesdays, I haven't decided a time yet, probably around 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm going to have Ruin Your Day live for an hour. And basically what's going to be happening is the chat is going to be live, and that's going to be used as the floor for everybody to talk. I might be on a video feed answering questions to the chat. I might pull up some music that Ruin Your Day made to play. I might play some video in the background. It's going to be sort of a free-form vehicle type of feed. There's not going to be really a set thing that we're doing. The only thing that I want to go on is I want people to feel like it's a safe place to come into and talk and vent, talk to other people, maybe give advice. I'll be in there if anybody wants to ask any questions about being sober. I can give whatever advice I can for that. And yeah, essentially, I just think there needs to be a place like that. I think AA works really well for a lot of people because it's a community. It's a strong-knit community. You have a sponsor that holds you accountable for not drinking. You have other people that are going through the same thing as you. You realize there's a whole world out there of people that just don't drink. And that's rare these days, honestly. So I want there to be a place like that on Ruin Your Day that's doesn't have to be just limited to alcohol. It could be anything. You know, like my parents went through some heart problems this year, and that really devastated me. So, you know, I needed somebody to talk to about that. My ex-girlfriend's dog that I really love got cancer. My close friend just had cancer. So it's been tough for me as well this year, and I'm really thankful that I've had Ruin Your Day to talk to you guys about battle rap and forget about the troubles in my life, but I want to give back, and I want to create a platform where we can all come together and sort of be each other's shoulder to lean on every now and then. So just wanted to make this video to talk about me getting sober, my experience with it. Honestly, to wrap this up, being sober is like probably the best thing that's happened to me in a long time. Me breaking up with my ex-girlfriend that I love to this day has been the best thing that's ever happened to me too as well. It's really like jump-started me to make big improvements in my life that I'm really proud of. And yeah, I mean, I think anybody out there that's struggling with addiction, the first question you need to ask for yourself if you're thinking that you might have a drug problem, alcohol problem, any sort of problem is, if I'm asking myself if I have a problem, I might have a problem. Do you want to take the next step to solving it? Do you want to get clean? Do you want to get sober? And all I can say is being sober is amazing. It's great. I would never trade it for anything. It works really well for me. Other people can drink responsibly. I'm not one of those people. I can't drink responsibly at all. So yeah, guys, I just want to thank you all for helping me through my year of sobriety. You guys really made a huge difference in my life. I want to thank everybody out there that supported Ruin Your Day, all the patrons, all the people that did a watch episode, all the guests, all the people that tuned in for watch, everybody that bought merch, everybody that bought music. It means the world to me. So thank you guys. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Ruin an Hour, a safe place to talk about anything from depression, anxiety, sobriety, anxiety. I said anxiety twice. Balance in life. My name is Kyle Gray. We're live twice a week, Wednesdays at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and Sundays at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Let's get into it. How's everybody doing? Nino, I saw a question. You said I was clean for a couple months. I relapsed, and I'm at the point where I don't want to quit. How can I change my mindset? Relapsing is part of the recovery process, and if you're at a point where you don't want to quit, there's like literally probably nothing I can say to you that's going to make you want to quit. You have to want to quit for yourself. It has to be something that comes from within and internal. So if you're not at the point that you don't want to quit, you'll get to that point. You'll probably have to go through some bad stuff, to be honest with you. Hit rock bottom, as they say. But yeah, that's essentially what you probably will have to do. But how is everybody doing? How could you describe your final drunk feeling? Like, was it a bad vibe? My final time being drunk, yeah, it was very bad. I was not in a good mind state because I was essentially drinking to numb out the feeling of being uncomfortable. I was drinking to numb out bad stuff I was going through, so it was not good at all. Yeah, it was really, really bad. So I think the last time I even got drunk, I was even on here live. I think I was talking to a battle rapper on here. And I remember the next morning I woke up and I watched that live and I was slurring my words. I was making sense, but I was saying stuff that I shouldn't have said. Ideas I had about filming and stuff that I was just why am I sharing these? So I just kind of reflected upon it, and that's when I made the decision. I was I want to stop drinking because I'm not proud of the person I currently am. Yeah, I saw that Briz is not battling Mook anymore. I think you need to protect your mental health. And if you're not going to do something because of your mental health, you need to really analyze the reasons why you're doing something. And if he's going to put him in a situation that's not going to be safe for him, mentally or physically, I think that's something that he should analyze. Unfortunately, became afterwards. How was the relationships with battle friends after all the racist story? Did you talk with Averb or Hollow? Yeah, I talked with Hollow. Hollow's a good friend of mine. I've reached out to Averb a lot. He just doesn't want to talk, and that's understandable. Toonie, I have a question. I'm a sex addict, man, and I don't know how to stop. I've been cheating on my girl. I don't want to do this. It's pretty frustrating. Toonie, actually, I was in the same boat, man. I'm a sex addict as well, and I've not been faithful in any relationship I've ever had. How you stop that is literally you need to reprogram your mind and reprogram your libido. I'm just going to walk out on assumptions here, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm probably assuming that you have an addiction to pornography, and your libido really isn't based within reality. It's more based within fantasy. And yeah, man, I think basically the key steps to getting sober from that is honesty. When you're feeling triggered, be honest with your partner, especially if you're still with her. Nurture her as a victim. That's a big thing, because even though it is about you getting sober and clean, you still have hurt somebody that you're close to, and you need to nurture that if you want the relationship to continue. And you really need to go to therapy too. That's the biggest thing, is going to therapy helps a lot. So think that's the biggest thing. And also stop watching porn. Because porn is a drug. Porn is like one of the strongest drugs you can get, and it really is based in fantasy and not true situations. I did porn for a couple years, and the whole reason why I did porn was to be in situations that can never happen in real life. So, and I will tell you firsthand, being in the industry is pretty wild, man. It's a pretty wild industry. I say it preys on a lot of people's mental dysfunctions and people that do have a lot of mental issues that are struggling with it. I think like most of the people in the industry are sex addicts themselves. But yeah, I think those are the best things you can do. That one live, what was it, Naver, with you stumbling around? Either way, glad you did the right path. Scotty, thank you. Appreciate that. What do you think of the Grand Prix? You going to be involved, Jason? I hope so. I think it's fire. I think it's a great idea. How's my relationship with Smack Beasley and the URL? Great. I just talked with them, and I've been talking to them every single week, and we have a great relationship. Will we work together in the future? Who knows? Time will tell. But me and them all still are on the same level of respects that we've always been on. Michael M., how much days a week would you recommend to work out? I've been trying to get into that. I think if you are not into exercise right now, I think the best thing you can do is work out every other day or like 3 to 4 times a week. I try to work out every single day, personally. It doesn't always work out because like especially within the past like 2 weeks, I've been like I've worked out in the past 2 weeks twice. And I've been eating really terrible, and it's not something you should do. And that's because I'm going through a lot of mental stress. Like the entire culture is calling me something that I'm not. I see a lot of people that I look up to and respect, and then also close friends of mine being greatly disappointed on me, and it's definitely weighing on my mental health a lot, or was. And I was coping with that, unfortunately, by not exercising, not reading, not eating healthy, sort of pleasure chasing, sort of like watching a lot of TV, watching a lot of movies, eating horribly. I'm still sober. I haven't drank or smoked or anything like that. I dreamed last night that I drank a beer, and I was so disappointed in myself. But the best thing you can do when you're going through anything is eat healthy, exercise, and go outside. So, yeah. What's my fastest mile time? I don't know. I think 6 minutes. I think I ran a mile in 6 minutes flat before. So, Tariq, I watch porn a lot. It's pretty hard to stop when you're in the house all day, still trying to fix it, and got on semen retention to stop the addiction and move past it. Yeah, Tariq, it is really hard to quit watching it. I mean, with any addiction, like you said, being stuck inside in a house all day, it's like literally like when you're bored, it's like that. And if you're on the internet, it kind of just goes that way naturally. But the thing is, I don't know if you guys have ever experienced this. If you just like literally get out of that mindset, you can look past upon when you're like triggered to look at a bunch of porn and be like, wow, what was I thinking? Like this, well, I don't even know what kind of mindset I was in. Like it's literally intoxicating for sure. When I say I've been eating terribly, oh, dude, everything. I'm eating fucking like pizza, Mexican food, like cookies, ice cream, the whole shebang. Pretty much terrible shit that I shouldn't. What would you say? Would you say battle rap is in a bad way for one's mental health, considering it's based in negativity and can involve digging up people's skeletons? If so, how do you get around that? Joe, I don't think it's really, honestly, battle rap is based in negativity. I know a lot of people think that because there is a lot of like angles people can go after, like, oh, you worked at a Walmart, like, or like blah blah blah, or like, I don't know, digging up like your sexual history or like your girl even or anything like that. But to me, I feel like battle rap, I look at that like a fight. Boxers beat the shit out of each other. UFC fighters beat the fuck out of each other. And then afterwards they hug each other, and it's a respect level for an art form. I look at it like that, and I don't think battle rap is based in a lot of negativity. I see nothing but positivity come out of battle rap from my end, at least. You know, even if you look at like if you take my recent controversy and scandal that I've been wrapped up in. A good thing that came of that is people posting pictures of themselves with their children with hashtag Proud Black Fathers. And that's amazing. That's incredible. You know, it's like good things come out of that. So I do think the battle rap community is a very positive thing. So, of course, Scotty, I see that perspective, the disappointment, definitely. Sean, I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing decent today. I'm going to work out. Got some other things planned, so it's going to be a good day. Can see. Respectfully, all you have to say was I turned up. Fake laughing at dudes' jokes, and my bad. All the extra stuff seems like you're trying too hard. I respect that, man. I totally respect that. But for me, my perspective is that this is an issue that does resonate with me deeply, and it is attached to my moral compass, and most of my friends being affected by it is something that I feel like I need to speak on, especially being white, having my own platform, and a lot of my fans being white people. I think this is something that I need to address, have a discussion about, and also listen. I need to listen and gain new perspective. I'm sorry if it comes off as try hard, but I'm not trying to be anything other than myself and speaking my own truth. And I feel like that's why I'm really comfortable in going live and talking to people, because I know the path that I'm on, and I feel like it's helpful for people to see that, you know, see people owning up. Like, imagine if when the Chris Brown and Rihanna fight happened, if like Chris Brown came out and he was like, let's talk about domestic violence and why it's wrong. Let's have a big discussion about it, instead of everybody trying to like hush away and protect their image. If when people did something wrong, they talked about where it came from, so then other people could understand where it comes from. I think that's the most helpful thing you can do. So. I just learned that my cousin took the lives of 2 kids because he was drunk driving. I don't know what to say to him. They say he might get life in prison. Yo, Full Metal Alchemist, I'm really sorry to hear that. That's really, really difficult, man. Were you close with him? Was he an alcoholic? I'm sorry to hear that. That's absolutely horrible. Did you ever link up with Math about talking to him on his channel? I did talk to Math about it, and we both kind of agreed that it would be redundant at this point for me to go on his channel. Like, really, like, the things that we've talked about on the discussion here, the podcast that I've gone on, I feel like most of it has been gone over, and he doesn't want to just not beat a dead horse, that's the wrong terminology for it, but he doesn't want to just reiterate and regurgitate the same story. But in the future, I'd love to be on Math's show. I've always wanted to be on it. So, Jason, can I ask when you feel like we're going to move on from this? Are you still addressing it because everyone's still asking questions, or do you feel like you still need to be addressing it? Jason, I mean, I don't really feel any which way about it. Like, if people want to ask me about it, especially on this show, I'm going to answer it, because this show is literally about talking about everything. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know when we're like not going to talk about it. That's a question I can't answer, because I'm open to talking about it still. Like, I'm completely open. I'm not trying to like, let's get past it because I'm sick of it and I'm uncomfortable, you know? I think it's a good conversation to still have. How do I feel about the police brutality lately? Trey Taylor, I did a Ruin an Hour specifically on that when George Floyd was murdered, and I mean, that has always been a horrible, horrible issue in our country, and it's something that it's like it's just not changing at all. Like all the protests, everything, like it's starting to. There are some things I've like heard about, some laws that are getting put into place that might sort of shift things, but yeah, it's absolutely atrocious. It's horrible. He was drinking when he dropped out of college. He had 2 previous DUIs. I like him. He was a good dude. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, man. Reaction Central. I am not racist. No, I'm not. Did I miss your question, JC? Or was that Jason? Serious inquiry. Would you be coming back to filming Battle Rap? And I'm not asking. Yes, Ice. I would be coming back to filming Battle Rap whenever the culture accepts me. You know, like I said, it's not my job to be like, I'm ready to do it now. It's like really the culture's job to welcome me back. Yeah, Jason, honestly, dude, it's probably gonna be the topic for a minute. To be honest with you, we're probably gonna be talking about this for a while. Really big fan. Really big of you to own this and want to do the right thing to move forward while at the same time not dismissing it. I hope you can understand that there are people that appreciate it. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. How do I suppress my sex addiction? So that is something that's like a very long-term thing. It's probably going to be a lifelong thing. It started with me going to therapy and learning where that addiction came from. And any addiction, I think it's healthy to look at like this. So there's this analogy of the boulder at the top of a hill. And the boulder starts at the top of a hill. It starts along this straight plateau of a hill, and then it goes down a hill, down a hill, down a hill, downhill. So you can look at addiction like this. So each time you sort of get triggered, or like let's say sex addiction, each time you look at porn, you're kind of like pushing the boulder further and further closer to the downhill slope. And the more you engage in stuff that is part of your inner circle, which is your addiction, which is sex addiction, you keep pushing it and pushing it till basically there will be a point that it's falling down the hill, and it's going to be incredibly hard to stop. And it's going to spiral out of control and snowball and just become this big thing, and then you're going to get in the full throes of addiction. So what I do is I basically curb that. You know, I practice healthy things. You know, I exercise, I spend time with people that aren't part of my addiction. I have honesty, I have transparency, I own up to mistakes. I go to therapy, I read a lot. Yeah, those type of things, like hearing other people's perspectives, and not looking at porn is the biggest one. And it's hard. Honestly, it's really hard not to do, man. I'll be the first to admit that, but like, if you avoid that, you'll be good. Cripple, appreciate that. Do you regret doing the caffeine rant? No doubt the expose was a result of that. I don't regret doing the caffeine rant at all. I mean, I'll say this, it definitely taught me a little bit about being egotistical, because I was rather egotistical in that blog, and that's very unlike me. And I was like kind of along the mindset of like, fuck it, I'm just gonna do this one time because I feel the need to. But it taught me about being careful about doing that. And yeah, so it was kind of to check myself in that area. The ego needed to be checked a little bit, I think. So. How's my relationship with RBE? I talked to ARP the other day, and we talked about a lot of good things. It was a great discussion. I have a great relationship with Lawrence Shada and ARP. Those are my guys. Brandon, yeah, I haven't bought any books recently, man, so I apologize with that. Have I ever checked out Alan Watts at all, or what do you recommend as far as self-help stuff to read and listen? I don't know who Alan Watts is, but as far as self-help stuff, there is a book on sex addiction that I read when I first got sober. I forgot what it's called, but mostly I've just honestly been like reading like a lot of wide variety of books. A lot of books on heartbreak, because that's what I've been dealing with. Some books on sobriety, but yeah. Any books, I honestly don't think there's like one thing to go behind, but any books that are like somewhat motivational to you is therapeutic. Robert, is there anyone in Battle Rap League or performer you will not work with? No names need to be stated. I ask because you're transparent on your own issues, but how forgiving are you? Robert, right now, currently, there isn't anybody that I would not work with. But, I mean, I can't say that's the same reverse now. Thank you, Shiz Bear. Appreciate it. Shiz a bear. Louis H., how do you deal with going to social events and everyone else is drinking, but you're trying to stay sober, but still be involved? Honestly, that's not an issue for me anymore. It's honestly not a big deal for me to go to events. I mean, back before COVID, obviously, when people were still going out, it wasn't that big of a deal for me to go to events and have people drinking around me and me not drink. Honestly, nothing really will trigger me to drink now. I don't see people drinking and I'm not like, oh, that would feel so good to like join them, because then I'll just talk with them and then I'm in a conversation with them. So any info on the Grand Prix you can share? I can't, unfortunately. Check out the book Psychopath Free: Recovering from Emotional Abusive Relationships. That's dope. I'll check that out. That's hella dope. How's the success coming along with getting your studio? Trey, it's obviously been definitely postponed due to everything that's came up. So, yeah, there's really been no movement. Excuse me, unfortunately. Travis, can you send some good vibes my family's way? Mom just got in a wreck. Someone just hit her head on. She's in ICU with brain bleed. Can't go in because of this COVID bullshit, trying to stay sober. Travis, sending a lot of positive energy your way, my friend. That's really, really horrible. Stay strong. I will say this. Drinking at a time like this isn't going to help anything, man. It's just going to make your pain become stronger. It's going to accentuate your pain. It's going to make it worse. So stay sober, because your mother needs you at a time like this as well, my friend. And I'm sending you positive energy your way. I'm really sorry about that. Scotty, I'm holding up good, man. Yeah, I'm still able to support myself financially thanks to you guys. Thanks to the channel. Like, honestly, that's my bread and butter now, is the channel. So I appreciate everybody in here. Yoshi, I did not kill somebody with a rock. But I did throw a rock at a kid at camp. And I'm deeply remorseful of that. I hit him in, like, the hip, and, like, that. It was fucked up, for sure. AWOL, man, I think the tournament is wild, man. I to be honest with you, I didn't watch it, so I can't really say. I didn't watch the battle. Soup-a-lot, what have you learned going through this as far as how to deal with social media harassment? I think that's actually a really good question, man, because I feel like a lot of people don't know how to deal with social media harassment, and people, it can feel like the world hates you. It can really feel like that. Like, I definitely went to sleep the first day that happened feeling like, wow, I don't have a friend in the world, and everybody hates me, and they think I'm a terrible person. And if you guys know anything about me, I'm big on trying to be a good human being. So I just felt absolutely horrible. But then I woke up and I was like, you know what? That isn't the real world. Social media is not the real world. It's not real. YouTube comments are not the real world. They're people that are making an anonymous thing, and most of the time they don't even really want to have a conversation with you. There are plenty of people that I've engaged with in social media that are open to having a discussion, like a real back and forth, but most of the time people just want to spew negativity, and most of the time that's a reflection upon the pain that they're going through in their own lives at the time. So I think you really have to just take it all with a grain of salt, honestly. And more so if somebody is being vocal on social media, and if you have their number, call them up. Talk to them one-on-one, because I guarantee it will be a lot different talking to them one-on-one than it will be over them subtweeting you on Twitter. Salute from Nigeria, or Algeria, excuse me. No, I do not. Travis, of course, man. Like I said, dude, you just got to stay sober. I know that this is going to be a really troubling time for you and a really, really hard, but drinking and using during a time like this is the absolute worst thing you can do for yourself and your family. It will do nothing but hurt you. It won't help you. So just stay sober and be around your family, man, because they need you at a time like this. And I'm sending you a lot of positive energy. Noisemaker, appreciate that. Thank you very much. I don't know who DNA's Tooth is, and to be honest, I don't really care. Why would I care about somebody that hides behind a puppet? Like, and he's an adult, which makes it kind of worse. But if anything, man, I'm happy. I'm happy that that video came out because it taught me that there is things that I've done in my life to be accountable for. And that's all you can do with mistakes that you've made in the past, is be grateful that you made them, because then you're allowed to grow from them. Mistakes are literally a hookup from the universe that are saying, hey, you're fucking up. And you need to pay attention to this because you're messing up right now. I'm doing good today. Doing really good. Dangles, what's up? I told my ex I was dealing with depression and got told if I haven't done anything, it seems like I'm looking for attention. Then she broke up with me shortly after. It's been hard finding value. Dangles, I'm sorry that happened, and very few people, I should say, that I know that are suffering from depression are doing it for attention. And depression is a very real thing. And I'm sorry that your relationship went down the drain, man. That's really hard. Saddle rattle. I don't think that's a real question, but yes. If you have a girlfriend, don't have Tinder. Obviously, it's a bad idea, my friend. King of the Dot on Twitch is huge. It's really big. That's a big thing, for sure. Hans Peter Street saying I was responsible for the streaming problems Caffeine had yesterday. I didn't even know there were streaming problems. I didn't watch the stream. It could be the equipment that they're using that's 30 years too old, but maybe that's just a guess from my perspective. Yeah, I've heard of Adept HNIC. I hope that he gets a therapist, man, because he's definitely suffering from some mental dispositions, and it's very reflective in how obsessive the videos he makes are. So I hope he gets some therapy, man, because he really needs it. No, GSP, they definitely don't have to censor the battles. There was like a 20+ minute delay. Damn. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. I'm sure it's gonna be good though, man. I'm excited for Summer Madness. Honestly, it's gonna be a great event. Like Reed Dollars versus Rum Nitty is fire to me. Calico Averb is fucking flames. B Dot T Top is amazing. And K Shine and Chess is really fucking good, in my opinion. So I think it's gonna be great. Man, there's a fucking moth in here. He's about to make 30 more videos. Honestly, that's the thing though, is, man, I'm not a person that I'm afraid of my past. Even people like trying to like dig up like my porn. I'm like, yeah, I'm the guy that put my pornography online. I know it's out there. I know the mistakes that I've made in my life. And honestly, that video was not one that I knew that I made, because I forgot that I laughed that hard at that joke and that I did that cheers. And that's like really reflection upon how much I've even grown internally, that I forgot about that. So it's a good thing that that video came to light, because it really did make me reflect upon things that I did that are incorrect. Have I ever read So You've Been Publicly Shamed? I haven't. Par, I messed up on an interview for a job I really wanted and keep beating myself up. Any tips on improving low self-esteem? So self-esteem is something that comes from within, my friend. It's not something that comes from without. From out. Like, it's not an outwards thing. People can't give you self-esteem the same way people can't give you love. Love is something that's within you. And most of the time when people give you compliments that boost your self-esteem, that's really just people saying, hey, it's okay to love yourself now. Hey, it's okay to feel good about who you are. Like, everything is within you that will ever be there. All the love you'll ever experience is here. It's right here. So you are as good of a person as you're willing to believe you are. It's all a belief system. So I would say don't beat yourself up over an interview, man, because guess what? There's going to be plenty more interviews in your life. There's going to be plenty more chances. There's going to be plenty more opportunities. This is not the end. This is not the end. What's your production queue for Q3 or Q4? Are you taking a break to reassess and recalibrate for 2021? I possibly do have some things lined up. Can't say what yet, guys, but yeah. Love you too, Roman. Appreciate that. I got my life advice from Daylight. I would not say taking any advice from Daylight because it's because he's a sensational person and he's not here to tell the truth. He's all about getting as sensational as he was. I would not take my life advice from somebody that I knew wasn't living their own truth for themselves. I'll say that. Hell yeah, Dangles. That's incredible. Par, I don't have the puppy anymore because it was my roommate's and he moved out. So it's just me, which is amazing. I love having my own apartment. Sean, I appreciate that. Thank you. Hans, I don't have any room to really speak on that. I can't say, because I know nothing about that situation. Joe, how do you differentiate self-love from arrogance? It's arguably a fine line. I think arrogance, so self-love and arrogance, there are humongous different things. Arrogance is acting outwards on the self-love onto others. So being arrogant would be, for an example of arrogance, is my caffeine video. Wildly arrogant video. Me saying I'm the chef. Super arrogant thing to say. Self-love would me literally thinking to myself, I'm one of the best in the world at filming battle rap. Not thinking I'm better than everybody else at filming battle rap. More so me thinking confidence in me. And everything being about me, not being about me being better than other people, because that's when it gets into the arrogant field. When it's like, you're better than other people, or even so that like you think you're the best. You're the best at something. Even me thinking I'm the best at filming battle rap in the world is a wildly arrogant thought. Yes, I work out. I work out a lot. I haven't in a while, in 2 weeks, unfortunately, so it's really annoying. Do you believe a haircut gets rid of bad or old energy? I could see that. I could definitely see that. I don't still work on mainstream movies. I actually turned down a job from Marvel very recently, which was unfortunate because I turned it down and then the controversy happened. Like back to back, I was like, what is the world telling me? What is the universe telling me right now? Mark Wu, I was completely sober for over 4 years. Recently, I started smoking weed during the quarantine. I haven't even thought about my drug of choice. I don't know how to feel, bro. A told me this wasn't possible. Yeah, man. I mean, I definitely think if you're like struggling with sobriety, that smoking weed is not the best thing. I don't think it's a good thing because basically, my good friend Lush says this. He said bad habits hang out like gang members, and I think that's one of those bad habits. So I would not suggest smoking weed if you're struggling with sobriety. I have not been eating healthy recently. No, the past 2 weeks I've been eating fucking terrible, so I need to get back on it. What's up, Eddie? How you doing, bro? Tyrone, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I mean, Eddie, dude, I have been eating terrible. Like, I've been eating pizza, cookies, ice cream, Mexican food, tacos, like trash, like pure trash. So, the Fudge Shop TV, appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, I don't smoke. I don't do anything. Don't even drink coffee anymore. Salute to Chicago. Appreciate that. Is there an alternative to taking Adderall? I don't really know. I don't know. I don't think there is. I think basically not just taking anything is the best alternative. Have I had a crazy fan moment? I can't say I have, man. Did any battle rapper give you advice or say something that stuck with you? A lot of battle rappers have given me really good advice, but nothing that comes to mind off the bat. Mark Wu, I don't know what to do about it. I haven't had those familiar cravings. It's so weird. I was suspecting all the cravings to rush back. It didn't happen, though. I don't know, man. I mean, Mark, dude, like, do you need weed? Like, just ask yourself that. Like, is this something that you need? Is it something that's improving your life? Is there going to be ruin your game? I want there to be. It's up to Eddie. I think we're just taking honestly a little time to let things cool off, let things get back to normal. Excuse me, not normal, but to have things cool off essentially. I have a good relationship with URL. We've done great business together, and I really, really love their brand. I mean, that's part of the whole reason why I made that video about caffeine is because I believe that, I believe so strongly in URL's brand and look. Of course, Don. Currently, no more rooftop battles are planned. I've talked to URL, yeah. We're on good terms. Yeah, B-Dot and Summer Madness is wild. That's going to be a great battle, B-Dot and T-Top. Who's on the Grand Prix card? I don't know. To be honest, I don't know the card at all. Am I going to bring back Meanwhile on Earth? I don't think so. I think Ilmac is doing his own thing right now. He's on Twitch. So he's streaming games, so follow him on there. JP, I have talked to B-Dot. We're not, currently talking, but we spoke a little bit about it when it first happened. So, and I understand that he's really disappointed and hurt and let down by me. So, that's, I think, the thing that's bothers me the most about this whole situation is that I disappointed and hurt him so much because he's a good friend of mine. Like, out of anybody that speaks about it, like, me and B-Dot and Geechee are, like, the closest. So. God level, I appreciate that. Thank you. Tyrone, additionally, who else in the culture being up depression, eating healthy, and sobriety are the subjects that I've seen on Rune an Hour? I wanted to get Saga on here. That'd be good. Yeah, I did bowl the 5. I did. Justin, I'm doing pretty good, man. I'm doing good. Like, honestly, I'm doing really good. I just got to get back into working out every day and eating really good. Today, after this, I'm going to work out. Well, actually, I'm going to jump on a phone call, and then after that, I'm going to work out. But, yeah. Were there any warning signs or gut feelings before things transpired just the way they transpired? Nope, there wasn't. At all. I don't think so. Maybe there was from other people. JP, thank you. Appreciate that. Alfredo, is there anything you're grateful for that came out of this past situation? Alfredo, honestly, I'm grateful that this happened in general. I think this opened up a lot of really great discussions. Honestly, the sit-down talk that I had with Geechee RX and Pass is one of my favorite videos I've ever done. And it's not even, because I think there was some misunderstanding about what that video was going to be. That video was not to clear my name and to prove that I'm not a racist person, because I'm not a racist person, and I know that I'm not a racist person. My good friends know that I'm not a racist person. It was more so to sit down and talk about what I did being wrong and why it's wrong to exist within a black culture and do such things. And I think that was a really powerful video because I feel like it reached a lot of people that might have been confused about that situation. Yep, my relationship with King of the Dot is good. Dawn, I appreciate that. Spam and Eggs, what's up? Tyrone, I don't know. Who would you like to see in Rune an Hour? I am, Brandon. I'm an avid anime watcher. I love Berserk. I love Attack on Titan. I love all the animes from the 80s and the 90s, like Akira, Ninja Scroll, Vampire Hunter D. Yeah, Mark, well, see, the thing is, you don't need to smoke. You don't need to do it. I might still be filming Battle Rap Black Sox. Stay tuned. You'll see. Each one teach one. I love that. Yeah, exactly, Justin. I feel like that's the best outlook you can have with a situation like that, is that when something bad comes up from your life, you need to look at something and be like, what can I learn from this? How can I learn from this? How can I be a better person? Like, for example, my sobriety came from me leaving a relationship that I didn't want to leave. That I knew that I was not being a good partner for somebody that I loved more than anything on this earth. That I was being a terrible boyfriend to this woman that I loved. And knowing that she wasn't happy with me and that she would be better without me. And then reflecting upon that and being like, well, why am I not why do I not feel like a good person? Why am I not happy with who I am? Oh, it's because I'm an alcoholic. Oh, I'm a sex addict. Oh, I'm angry all the time. I have a quick temper. Like, all these things that I needed to work on. So it's really all about in life is when negative situations come up, is reflecting upon them and looking at them saying, what can I learn from this? What can I take away from this? Kaz, I appreciate that. Thank you. Jay, Daily Spice is just too rooted in negativity, to be honest with you. Tierra, I'm definitely plan on attending events for sure. I mean, that's the thing. If anybody has issues with me, I'm like, my number's out there, my email is out there. I'm open to talking about it, and I'm a very understanding person about the pain and the outrage. I've never said it's unjustified, not one fucking time. So I understand. Black Sox, I appreciate that. Thank you. Tyrone, I appreciate that. Thank you very much, man. What's my plans for the Labor Day weekend? Work out, read, maybe watch the rest of the boys, definitely read. I need to fucking read. Like, I've been watching way too much TV and rotting my mind. So, but I will say this, guys. I'm inspired. Super, like, I'm so fucking inspired. It's unfortunate that this whole thing happened because I'm so inspired to shoot battle rap right now. I have so many, like, great ideas. If you guys saw that West Coast Elites battle that I dropped, I'm, like, getting really good at color grading. And, nobody has ever taken the time to truly color grade a battle like I did with that battle. Everybody just throws one look on there, and then it's the end of the day. It's like, I went in there, keyed out skin tones, rotoscoped things, like, took time for it, you know, took time to make it look cinematic. And I got some great ideas, some wonderful ideas. Oh, and I appreciate that. What's up, Kim? Thank you, I appreciate that. Oh, Tyree. Okay. Apologies. Apologies how I pronounced your name. Tyree. Sean, what is considered a sex addict? Anything is an addiction when your life is not maintainable. So basically, I was a sex addict because I was cheating on every single girlfriend I ever had, like sleeping with people behind her back. I did porn behind my ex-girlfriend's back, and would get caught countless times and literally not stop. Like, I would get caught and say, oh, I'm never going to do it again. Then just turn around and fucking do it again. Like, disloyal. Like, basically where your sex drive is unmanageable. So that's my definition of what a sex addict is. Alex, appreciate that. What is my current source of income? It is Ruin Your Day. That's my current source of income, is this channel. So thank you to everybody in here. Appreciate it. Hell yeah, Scotty. That's awesome. Kaz, I appreciate that. The grandchildren should know. Interesting. That's cool. I'll check that out. But yeah, everybody, appreciate everybody tuning in to Ruin an Hour. Like I said, these aren't going to stop. These are going to be live twice a week, Wednesdays at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and Sundays at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I would love to have Eddie I do Ruin Your Game this week if he's down for it. And yeah, I'll probably start posting watches in the future. I got a lot in the vault. I don't know how long it's going to be until I start doing them, because that's a different, a whole different subject. And much love to everybody. Yeah, Lush will be back on. I just didn't feel like it was appropriate to have Lush on with all this. So, excuse me. Verve versus Cal is going to be fire. It's going to be a great battle. I'm excited to see it. And Anthony, yes, the watches were going to come back eventually when the time is right. But yeah, everybody, thank you guys for tuning in for another Ruin an Hour. Really appreciate everybody being in here. Stay up, stay safe, read a book, go outside, eat some healthy food. Much love to everybody, and peace out. See you guys later.